controversial Azov Battalion was formed in 2014 after the Minister of Internal Affairs, Arsen Avakov, authorised the creation of a new paramilitary force of up to 12,000 people. Out of that 12,000 people, there were 56 units formed, and the Azov Battalion was one of them. It was formed in May 2014 in Berdyansk and was regulated by the Ukraine Interior Ministry. Now, Azov Battalion was named after the Sea of Azov, where the base in Mariupol is located. Now, they drew most of their volunteers were from the Patriot of Ukraine, an ultra-nationalistic organisation that was founded in 2005 and has been largely defunct since 2014. They first received their training near Kiev by instructors with experience in the Georgian Armed Forces. Now, I don't know whether the Ukrainians had formerly served, or they were actual Georgians, or whether they're another nationality had served in the Georgian Armed Forces. The original frontline experience started in Mariupol, and then they relocated west back to Berdyansk. After their operations in Berdyansk in August 2014, with the help of the Ukrainian paratroopers, they captured a town north of Mariupol called Marinita, and then they headed east and entered Donetsk. Then in September 2014, the battalion returned back to Mariupol for its second combat experience in the area before the ceasefire took effect on September the 5th, 2014. After the ceasefire took effect, the battalion was expanded to regiment size and enrolled into the National Guard. As the battalion had joined the Ukrainian National Guard, its far-right leadership had to leave. Then in August 2015, the volunteer units were pulled out of the frontline position, with the Azov Regiment moving to the seaside town of Azov, southwest of Mariupol. In April 2016, a section of troops were moved to Odessa, acting as a public order response unit. And then since the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the regiment was the primary unit defending Mariupol. The Azov Regiment's first leader was Andrei Belitsky. He was born in 1979 in Kharkiv, when it was still part of the Soviet Union. Graduated from the University of Kharkiv in history with honours. In 2005, he was a leader of the Patriot of Ukraine, which was a right-wing nationalist movement. In 2008, he was a co-founder of the Social National Assembly, which is also a right-wing nationalist movement. In 2010, he was reportedly have said that Ukraine's national purpose was to lead the white race against Semite-led inferior races. In 2014, he was elected member of the Ukrainian Parliament and had to leave the Azov Regiment because members of Parliament cannot be also members of the police and military at the same time. In 2018, he established the National Corps Party, which was largely based on ex-Azov members. In 2019, he was not re-elected to Parliament, and last heard of, he was fighting against the Russians in and around Kharkiv. Funding for the group initially came from a variety of sources, including billionaires. There was Oli Lyashu, a member of Parliament and a journalist, ultranationalist Dmytro Korchunsky, wealthy businessman Sergei Taruta, Minister of Internal Affairs Arsen Avakov, and the biggest funder of this particular group and other right-wing groups was Igor Kolomoisky, a billionaire who got himself into trouble with US authorities. The regiment has been linked to neo-Nazi groups. In fact, a spokesman admitted that at least 20% of its members were neo-Nazis and have been linked to far-right groups in both Germany and France. They have a number of pagan symbols that the Nazis used to use. One of them was the wolf's angel. Now, the wolf's angel was a medieval hunting technique where a metal Z-shaped hook was hidden in chunks of meat which the wolves would gulp down. Heraldry shows that the wolf's angel on coats of arms in Germany and eastern France going back centuries. In Nazi Germany, the wolf's angel was used as an insignia on a number of units, not just SS units, including the 19th Infantry Division Wehrmacht, the 2nd SS Panzer Division Das Reich, 4th SS Polizei Panzer Grenadier Division. After World War II, the Wolf's Angel symbol was banned in Germany, but was used by neo-Nazi groups in other parts of the world. Ukrainian right-wing groups have used the Wolf's Angel, but claim it's a N+I for national ID and has no relationship to Nazism. In March 2015, the Azov Regiment received training from the US Army under Operation Fearless Guardian. This was stopped in June 2015 due to the regiment's neo-Nazi background. In 2015-2016, the Office of the UN Human Rights Commissioner said the Azov Regiment committed war crimes including mass looting, unlawful detention and torture. In October 2019, Democratic members of the US House of Representatives requested that the regiment be classified as a foreign terrorist organisation. But in February 2020, other US political groups were pushing for a stop to that suggestion, stating that it was now a member of the Ukraine National Guard. Despite all the controversy surrounding the units, its beginnings in the hardcore soccer fans of Ukraine, followed up by the Euromaidan protests. Then it became a paramilitary organisation and then a full-time member of the Ukrainian National Guard. Since the Russian-Ukrainian war began, it's proven itself to be a very effective fighting unit. Until next time, don't forget to check out my other videos.